Hi, this is Kevin Thomas with the At Home Film Festival. Welcome to Gay Pride Month. So for the rest of the month, I'm going to try to give you some movies to watch out that are gay-oriented or gay-friendly or just gay. Try to do 7 movies in 7 minutes, so I may have to talk fast. And this is first week of it, so I'm going to do essential gay movies. Doesn't mean I love these films, it's just they pave the way for other films. And of course, the list could go on more than these 7 minutes. One I'm first featuring is Rope from Alfred Hitchcock, based upon the Leopold and Lowe murder stories from the 20s about 2 young gay killers. Hitch really took a chance to make this because he kept them 2 young gay killers. But craftsman-wise, this was very interesting because he tried to do it all in one take, one shot, and no cuts. So, of course, in 1948, you had to reload the camera more often than you do now. So every 15 or 20 minutes, he goes to a black wall and comes back with a loaded camera and keeps filming. So that was actually done super successfully last year with the movie 1917. So maybe progressively, they got the idea from this film. Then we could flash to 1964's The Children's Hour. So this was from a Lillian Hellman play. When it was first filmed in the 30s, it got rid of the lesbian aspect completely. But now in '64 we got Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine as people that run a school, and this little mean awful girl, we just saw her there. She starts a secret and turns out it's not such a, like the secret was a lie, but it's maybe not such a lie. One of the teachers actually has a romantic interest in the other. So in the 30s, they just shared a love of a man, but they took a chance here in 1964. Moving forward into 1970, we have The Boys in the Band. This film was first an off-Broadway play with all the characters were gay. Not just your hairdresser that came in and did a few funny lines. Everybody was gay. And it was a good depiction to show, yes, there's some flamboyant and stereotypical characters, but some were masculine and they didn't have jobs as hairdressers. So that was really a good aspect from 1970s. And the director, William Friedkin, he directed The Exorcist and The French Connection. So he really took a chance with his career here, and he even 10 years later did Cruising. So he really tried to do really good character studies, whether they were gay, straight, or what have you. And then a year later, speaking of famous directors, John Schlesinger, who just won an Oscar for Midnight Cowboy, did Sunday, Bloody Sunday. This has 2 Oscar winners in it, Glenda Jackson and Peter Finch. And the good thing about this movie, it's about a bisexual young man that has a great relationship with a man and a woman. So the plot isn't, why am I bisexual? Should I have an operation? Should I go to psychotherapy? It's just the way it is, because you know what? Being gay does not involve having to go to a doctor. It just means this is who you are. And that movie really showed it and paved the way for other films. And other films that it paved the way for included Outrageous. Now, funny thing is, even in today's world, I tried to find a clip from Outrageous, a trailer, and it was forbidden to show. So not everything that's progressive is modern and updated. But Outrageous has Craig Russell, who was a very famous drag queen or female impersonator, and it tells his story, and it's very interesting because it hit the mainstream. It was at film festivals. So this really paved the way for more modern movies, especially since this is 1977. So if you think about it, that was like, whoa, 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 I can't believe they did that in 1977. And moving forward to the 80s now, there was Making Love, which also had an acclaimed director attached to it, Arthur Hiller, but no movie actor of noteworthiness wanted to make this film. They all said no. So they turned to TV actors because they probably wanted to make the leap to the big screen. So I applaud you, Harry Hamlin and Michael Onkine, for playing 2 regular guys that happen to fall in love with each other at the expense of Kate Jackson. I'm sorry, Kate. But I remember as a young person, and I went to see this movie, my heart just raced because I could not believe that people like me are shown as normal people on the screen. So I will always remember Making Love for that. And I'm sure if they remade it now, big stars that won Oscars, top of the box office, Tom Cruise might want to make it. I mean, because back in the 80s, this was taboo. But now it's almost the norm in everyone's mind. I say almost because not everybody accepts gay movies, right? So moving on, then, of course, AIDS happened. So many movies where HIV and AIDS-related came out. My favorite, which is representing them all here, is Longtime Companion. I like this movie because it shows how friends enjoyed their life and all of a sudden the gay cancer came, the gay plague, how people started just to hate the gays, thinking this is God's way of making them pay for their sins. Great ensemble cast. The ending rips my heart out. And there's Bruce Davidson, who was up for an Oscar, also rips my heart out in a scene he does where he has to tell his lover it's time to let go. I'm choking it right now just talking about it. So this paved the way for movies about AIDS. I mean, maybe Philadelphia could never have been made if it wasn't for this movie. So Tom Hanks can thank this movie for his Oscar. And also a movie that paved the way, thank you, Gus Van Sant. He always did progressive, edgy movies, and then he did My Own Private Idaho, which is amazing because he included young actors at the peak of their career, River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves in this film, where they play two hustlers, primarily doing gay tricks. Doesn't necessarily mean they're gay. They could just be gay for pay, but it was nice to see that exposure on screen and to be able to feel what they feel and see it in a kind of a big budget Hollywood movie, which I think this helped younger people realize, oh, it's okay to be gay. Maybe, I should just come out and go to these gay movies. Then, of course, there's many, many, many other movies. I'm almost out of my 7 minutes. I've already probably done 7 movies. But the Oscars became super gay friendly. Here we have Hilary Swank that won the Oscar for Boys Don't Cry as a transgender person. If it wasn't for these movies that paved the way, we may have never seen Brokeback Mountain or The Birdcage or the recent Moonlight. So this is an introductory story for you to watch gay movies. And if I didn't give you enough comprehension on these films, you could always watch the documentary, The Celluloid Closet, or read the book. The History of Gay Films is there. In the meantime, you enjoy these this week, and I will see you. Love comments below, so give me some.